Hello, this is Dr. Craig Markson, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use the Stony Brook University Library to find peer-reviewed scholarly journal articles. I'm going to open up my web browser. I use Google Chrome, and I'm going to go to library.stonybrook.edu. library.stonybrook.edu. When the page comes up, near the upper left, I'm going to click on Databases, where I'm circling here. Might take a little bit to load. There's a particular database I have in mind where it says E over here. I'm going to click on the letter E, and I'm going to scroll down to the EBSCOhost database, which is right here, EBSCOhost. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to enter my NetID and NetID password. And that is the same password that you use to log on to Blackboard. Then in the upper left, I'm going to click on Select. Alright, so it's going to select all. I'm going to hit Continue over here in the upper left. And I'm going to want to click on Advanced Search. That's near the top where I'm circling here, Advanced Search. So just click that. And then I'm going to want to select on the left, Full Text. What this does is it'll only come up with articles that Stony Brook University has the full text copy of, okay, that you could just download to your computer. Then I'm going to click on Scholarly or Peer-Reviewed Journals. These are academic journals, which is good. And I'm going to type in, let's say, Emerging Technologies. This is something I'm interested in, of course, and Higher Education. And then I'm going to click Search over here. I'm not going to play around. You can narrow the fields down a little bit. I'm just going to do a general search, but if you look on to the right of the field, you could do it by author, by title, etc. But I'm going to not select a field here just yet, and I'm going to hit Search here. Might take a little while for it to come up. And there's a bunch of articles that fit this criteria. There was 711, as you can see over here. So I'm going to look at some of the basic ones that came up in the search. And article number 7 looks interesting. Emerging Web Technologies in Higher Education, a case of incorporating blogs, podcasts, and social bookmarks in a web programming course based on students' learning styles and technology preferences. So I'm going to click on this title here. And if I want to download well, first of all, if I scroll down, you'll see the abstract for this article. The abstract is basically like your cliff notes for the article to see if the article might be of interest of you, what are some of the key findings, what are some of the methodologies of the research, and of course the key findings is very important. So you can kind of get an overall glimpse of what the article's about here. So it's a nice cliff note or cheat sheet, if you will. Okay. You could also cite the article by clicking on this site over here on the right. I'll show you that later. But for now, we're going to download it. So I'm going to left click on the PDF link here in the upper left. And then if you look on the top over here where I'm circling, top left, it'll allow me to download it as a PDF. I'll click that. And here the article comes up. I'm going to right click Save As. And I have a folder on my desktop, which I will put in there. Double click on my folder. And what I'll do is I'll list the first listed author's name. And then usually in parentheses I'll put the year, which is 2009. And I'll just hit save. Okay. So I'm going to close that and go back to the main screen here. And when I go back to Detailed Record by clicking here, if I want to cite the article, I would click on Cite over here on the right, where I'm circling. And then what comes up is a bunch of different things, but basically in the middle of the page You'll see the different citations. We usually use APA version 6 for the references, and I'm going to highlight if you notice the APA version over here, that's the version of how it looks in the references. Stony Brook University and this particular program, we use APA style formatting. So I'm going to hit Control on my keyboard, C. While holding the Control key down, I'm going to hit the letter C on my keyboard so I can copy this citation. And if I go to Microsoft Word, I have a references section here which I created. And on the upper left, I'm going to click Paste, Paste Special, and I'm going to select Unformatted Unicode Text and hit OK. Now, when you paste Special, it doesn't pick up the properties from what you're pasting from, and there's a reason why I did that, because when you're pasting from a website, sometimes you'll get all different colors and whatnot, and I didn't want to carry all those properties over. But if you notice, if I go back to the actual website that I was cutting this reference from, you'll notice that the title of the journal article is in italics. I want to make sure that in the references section, when I go back to Word, that the journal title is in italics, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So if you notice, I highlighted this in Microsoft Word, and I'm going to click I for italics up here to make that italics. Also, for this to be properly formatted in APA format, there must be a hanging indent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this in Microsoft Word, and under paragraph here, there's like a little dot here. I'm going to click on paragraph here, and then this dialog box comes up. And under special, there's a pull down menu. I'm going to make it say hanging. See, it says hanging. I'm going to click OK down here, and this is what's called a hanging indent. That's how it should look in your references section of a paper. Okay. I also included a PowerPoint document in the Documents folder of Blackboard, and this will walk you through step by step everything that I covered in this video. Okay, and I'll show you how to do it. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you.